What's up, you? For today's video, with a full Generation 9 final starters team. So every new generation, I tend to do this, and I'll be using 2 of each final starter. So we've got 2 Quaquavals, 2 Skeledirge, and 2 Meowscarada. So this is going to be pretty fun. I've got 3 battles today with this team, and I really hope you enjoy. If you enjoy the theme teams and the Pokemon videos, make sure you do leave a like there on the video. Leave me a comment below and let me know what is your favorite final evolution and why. Or do you not like them? Let me know. I want to see all your comments there and feedback. First battle here. This one, of course, is on the online, and we have a battle here. The first Pokemon is going to be Charizard. This is a battle against Zur as well. I'm not sure how to say that, but I think that's it. So my first Pokemon is Meowscarada. This is a Taunt Toxic Spikes Chilling Water Dank Pulse set. So we're going to have this Charizard lead here. I thought they might try and actually swap into another Pokemon or use a different move. I tried to do some reverse psychology there, but it didn't work. My Meowscarada is going to get wrecked, which is fine. That's all good. It sometimes did happen. We're going to go to Quaquaval now. This is a special set. I've got Hydro Pump, Terra Blast, Hurricane, and Rain Dance. Charizard is now swapping up to. Also, Charizard is out for the 7-star too, if you haven't done that already. I actually am going to do a few. I might do a stream on it tonight. This actually probably be early before this, so thank you, everyone that did come to the stream if you're there. So out comes Azumarill. I've got this Terra Terra Blast here. I'm just going to say Terra because it's easier, right? So we're going to go for Terra Electric, which is going to be super effective against Azumarill. I really don't want this thing sending up Belly Drum or anything like that. Or I could just simply be going for a Play Rough, which is going to be super effective against me. So I've got a big old light bulb on my head now, making me Electric type. Going for that Terra Blast. Now, Quaquaval's EV spread was Max Speed, Max Special Attack. We've got Timid Nature, Focus Sash as the item, Torrent is the ability. So it's pretty reasonable special attack there. I mean, there's much worse special attackers out there. So I'm going to go for a second Terra Blast here. Unfortunately, the very first one did not take it out. I'm sure they've got some sort of health invested, and that's going to be the end of Azumarill. So that was quite a good result there with Terra. Nice little surprise Pokemon too. Next Pokemon is going to be Snail Mail. Now, this is Wo-Chien, and this is the Dark and Grass type. So I've got Hurricane, which is going to make it 100% accurate in the rain. Unfortunately, this Pokemon is extremely bulky, but I was pretty happy with the amount of damage I did there. It's going to have Giga Drain, which is going to get some more health back too. And it also had, as its item, it had Shell Bell too, so it's going to be some extra damage too. So Quaquaval is going to be fainted there with its Terra. And now what I'm going to be doing here, I'm going to send in another Pokemon. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to send in my Meowscarada here, because this is quite a good opportunity to go for a Protein U-turn. So this is more of a competitive set. I've got U-turn, Play Rough, Flower Trick, and I've got Knockoff. So this is a Choice Band Meowscarada. Protein U-turn is going to be an up. That could have actually one-shotted it quite easily. So this is a Max Speed, Max Attack set. I've got Jolly Nature and Max Attack, and of course Protein. So it works pretty nicely with the Choice Band variant. Next Pokemon we're going to bring is going to be Skeledirge. Since the rain is stopping this turn, I thought it would be pretty fun. Now, once again, people, if there is a theme team you really want me to do, please leave in the comment section. There's so many different things to do at the moment. I'm not sure what to do. If there's something like my audience really wants to see, please put it below. And if you see another person's idea, you think, oh, that's pretty cool, give them a little like in the comment section. That'll bump it up to the top, and I'll be able to see it in like much easier. Next Pokemon is going to be Mimikyu, and it's going to be a Terra Poison as well, which is, I guess that's kind of interesting. It's going to go for a Shadow Claw. So this Skeledirge is a pretty interesting set here. This is a bulky set. We've got Slack Off, Curse, Shadow Claw, and Flame Charge Terra Fire type. Now, I've got Max Health, Max Special Defense, and I've also got Calm Nature as well. So what I'm trying to do here with this Curse and I want to see Terra Fire set, I want to change myself into a Fire type and then go for Curse and boost up my defense and attack. At this stage, I didn't think it'd be possible to be able to do that. I didn't really have enough time, and I was versing a Mimikyu, which is, very sweaty Pokemon. So I'm just going to be using Curse and putting a Curse on the Mimikyu, which I felt was going to be better than me going for a, just a any sort of attacking move. So I'm going to go into Meowscarada again here. I'm going to outspeed, obviously, and go for a U-turn there. We're going to break that disguise because disguise is really, really broken and annoying. So we've got rid of the disguise, and the curse is now on the Pokemon too, and some extra damage from breaking disguise. That's good. So Mimikyu is not going to be around for too much longer. So swapping into Skeledirge here, baiting that play rough, obviously, and they went for the play rough. They gobbled the bait there, and Skeledirge is going to take that with ease. Now, this is a really bulky set. I've got Fire Blast, Earth Power, Shadow Ball, and I've also got Terra Blast too. This is max health, max special attack with an Assault Vest. I actually did the similar set in my guide, the Skeledirge guide the other day. It works great. It's very, very bulky and stuff like that, which is great. So Mimikyu is going to be fainting to a Shadow Ball there, and that is the end of that. It's quite good if you, I guess you Terra into a Poison type. You can absorb like Toxic Spikes and things like that too. Next Pokemon is going to be Charizard. We've already seen this before. Actually, Charizard's model doesn't look all that bad. I just love it though when I do some battles, like as soon as Charizard comes out, like every single person has a Charizard on their team. Like, why am I not surprised? So Charizard's going to be a mix set there. If you notice, it used Flamethrower and now it's used Dragon Claw. So a mixed Charizard, that's pretty cool. I'm just going to go for a Shadow Ball there. I actually tanked all those hits because I'm running like a really, really bulky set here, which was pretty nice. Now, the next Pokemon is going to be Miraidon. It's like, wow, I've got one Pokemon that can possibly take this out. It's going to have its Hadron engine, which is going to be very, very powerful there. It's going to go for Electro Jet. And yeah, so this is bad. So that's the end of my Skeledirge. It didn't have much health anyway, and I was always going to get outsped. So I've got one more Pokemon left that can actually do something. I can't swap in my other Quaquaval. I'm going to go into Meowscarada. Now, this is my Choice Band set. I've got Play Rough there, and I've got the Protein. Now, Protein has been nerfed, so you can't keep using it over and over again, changing your type in the same turn. You've got to swap it out and do stuff like that. So Miraidon is going to get rolled out like a lounger and rug, and the last Pokemon is John Cena. And watch this, it's going to transform into my Meowscarada. Now, you wouldn't read about it, right? I went for the Play Rough, and I was like, oh, okay, it's got a Focus Sash. Fair enough, right? But then I look closer, and it's got a Focus Band. I'm like, come on! So now they're going to go for a Flower Trick. I'm like, well, hang on, we're speed type, basically, so I don't know. I don't want to be locked into Play Rough. I feel something bad's going to happen, so I was like, I'll swap it out, and then I'll swap it back in and finish it with a U-turn. So I went to Quaquaval. This can't do anything anyway. It's going to get outsped and one-shotted, so I'm going to use that as a swap here. So Meowscarada is going to go for a Flower Trick. That's the end of Quaquaval. It couldn't do anything in this matchup anyway, and yeah, that's all good. Now what I can do is I can swap back in my Meowscarada and then go for a 100% accurate U-turn instead of being locked into a 90% accurate play-off. So go for the U-turn here, and I lose a speed tie to a Focus Band Meowscarada. You wouldn't read about it. I'm so salty. Thank you, Zen, for the battle, whoever you are. Look, if you do ever watch this video, let me know if you're the Focus Band Meowscarada. Very fun battle anyway, and I can't believe it. I mean, let's get some, you know what? Let's forget that battle didn't happen, all right? Welcome to the video, people. We've got a final Generation 9 starters team. This is the first battle, right? So first Pokemon, of course, is a Charizard, you know? Of course, like, how could it not be? So I'm going to swap out here and go into Skeledirge, expecting a fire type move there, or maybe a flying type, and the Charizard is going to go for a Hurricane. Now, I'm not sure what my trainer's opposing name is. Maybe someone in the comment section can translate that. I know we've got a lot of people who do that, which is really cool. You know, I'm slowly learning little things there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into my Skeledirge here. I'm going to go for a Terra Electric. Actually, a Terra Electric on a couple of these Pokemon, which is pretty fun. So this is my bulky set. Now, most of these are bulky anyway. I'm going to go for the Terra Blast Electric against the Charizard. I thought it'd be pretty cool because not only would it be super effective, it'll be able to resist that Hurricane too. So unfortunately, I fall short of getting the KO there. Charizard misses with Hurricane, which is very, very lucky. And now I can get the Shadow Ball off here. So this is on my Assault Vested set. So if you want to give this set a go, it's actually pretty nice. A little bit of surprise too. So that's the end of Charizard, which is always good. I haven't seen Charizard for so long. It was really good to see it again. Now, next Pokemon is going to be Mudsa. I've popped a Fire Blast. It's landed really, really hard, and I got a burn. So I'm like, wow, this Skeledirge is really popping off right now. So the Stamina is going to get, the Mudsa is going to get its little Stamina boost and go for Earthquake. Since I was on a low amount of health anyway, it didn't really matter whether I got the burn, but that's all good. I got a burn, and I got rid of the Charizard. So that was excellent performance there by my Assault Vest Skeledirge. Now, the next Pokemon I can swap in, I was like, maybe I could go into my special Quaquaval. I don't want to use my physical one just yet. I didn't get to use that in the first battle, but trust me, it gets a good run in these next couple of battles here. So we got the Mudsails swapping out there. I guess they're a little bit scared of a Moxie set, and in comes Tinkaton with Mold Breaker. What I'm going to do is go for Rain Dance here, and I'm going to get that. I know I'll probably get a swap there. So I've got Focus Sash, and what I can do here, I can go for Hydro Pump. I'm guessing they were expecting a physical one. You know, Hydro Pump does a very respectable amount of damage there. Tinkaton's going to go for a Play Rough, taking me down to my Focus Sash, which is great. Now I can go for a second Hydro Pump and possibly take it out if it does land, that is. However, Tinkaton is going to be swapping out there. They don't want to lose that. I know Mudsnail's not coming in comes an opposing Quaquaval. So like, okay, fair enough. So going for that Hydro Pump there, it does pretty good damage considering, unfortunately, I lose the speed tie, and their opposing Quaquaval is going to go for Wave Crash, finishing me off there. Now, this set, unlike mine, which was not a Torrent one, this is a Moxie set. I'm like, oh, here we go. This is bad. So like, okay, we'll go into Meowscarada. They've only made one. I don't really like Wave Crash on the Moxie set. I like Aqua Step better, and I'll show you why soon. So out goes the Quaquaval, and in comes the Skeledirge. They've got the starters as well. I went for Flower Trick here. You know, that was a reasonable swap in. This is a very speedy set too, so I could have easily taken Quaquaval. Right. So I did good damage there with the Choice Band. That's going to swap that out, obviously. And now I'm going to go into my second Meowscarada. Now, this I know is going to faint, which is fine. But at this point in time, it was the most expendable Pokemon on my team. So I had to sack it, sadly. It's going to go for a Torch Song there, getting a special attack boost. And that's the end of Meowscarada. Now, they also had Throat Spray as well. So I had a couple of people asking me about why I didn't suggest that moveset on my Skeledirge. And I'll say it doesn't really get a chance to make use of its boost. Normally it's going to faint in the next turn because of its speed. If it was a bit more, speedier, it might be able to. But I went for like Assault Vest and Specs. I thought them to be, having that initial damage is a little bit more handy. But it definitely could still work. So we got a normal type Terror here from the Skeledirge. I just went for Knockoff. I'm going to get rid of nothing because, obviously it doesn't have an item there. I just went for that move because I thought it'd be better to lock myself into it, but it wasn't doing enough damage, and Meowscarada is going to get wrecked. So now I'm at a bad position. I'm 2-5 down. The opponent's still got 5 Pokemon left, but I thought, you know what? If it doesn't go very well here, I can go into my Quaquaval and see if I can get a sweep. So Skeledirge is going to be swapping out here, and we've got the Meowscarada coming in. So instead of running Wave Crash on Quaquaval, I would always run Aqua Step, because I nearly said Quaquaval Step then. There you go, pardon the pun. So now I've got a +1 in speed, and now I can go for Ice Spinner on Meowscarada. That is instantly going to get rid of that big threat, and it's going to give me a Moxie. So I've got a +1 in attack and a +1 in speed. So Wave Crash is nice, but I don't know, you don't get any speed boost, and Quaquaval isn't very fast without this move, So here comes Tinkaton. I can go for the close combat there. That is going to get wrecked. Crit did not matter there. I've got max speed and max attack Jolly Nature on this set. I've also got Sword Dance as well for a little bit of extra boost in attack, and I've got Lumberry as my item. So another Moxie boost there, and another Pokemon to come out here. It's going to be the opposing Quaquaval. As I said, I've got that +1 in speed there. If I used the normal move that didn't boost my speed, I could have easily lost a speed tie, and that would have been the end of the battle. So Quaquaval is going to faint there, another Pokemon down, and another Moxie, This is what I'm saying, always run that move instead of Wave Crash. Unless you're going to run a Choice Band instead of something like that, or Choice Scarf. So in comes Mudsnail. That's going to be no problem. That's also going to faint. And now there's only one more Pokemon left, which is the Skeledirge we've seen from before, which swapped out against my Quaquaval. I know they didn't expect me to go for Aqua Step. I know they expected me to go for something else like, Close Combat. And now I'm going to go for Close Combat, and that is the end of my opponent. They got absolutely swept there at the end. I came back from 2-5 and reverse sweep them there. Basically, it was the timing, swapping that in changed the course of the battle there. All the rest before that didn't really matter too much. I just swapped in at the correct time and won the battle. Let's go on to battle number 3 here. Once again, I'm not really sure what my opponent's name here is. And they've got, it's a Beast Ball. A Beast Ball Garchomp, and Garchomp has clipped through the floor. Now, I've got to say this too. There was a patch for Scarlet and Violet did come out today. I don't know how much it's actually, I think it's only fixed stuff with the seeds in battles and a couple of other things, but yeah, it hasn't done I don't know if it's done like too much for the performance. I think that's another patch that's coming. So I went for a little taunt there. Garchomp tried to set a Stealth Rock up, which I totally never saw coming. And they've done a little bit of a salty swap there. Out comes the Sylveon. I went for Chilling Water just in case, Garchomp did stay in there. I could drop his attack and maybe, mess around with it. But Sylveon is going to be coming in and taking no damage. It's the leftover set. Now I was like, you know what? Let's set up the Toxic Spikes. So this is like my anti-lead set. It's weird EV, so it's like max speed and max health. So it's like bulky. Now Sylveon is going to go for a Yawn on Meowscarada. It's like, well, you know what? I'm going to go for... I could go for another Toxic Spikes here. I know they don't want me to. That's why they use Yawn. And maybe they're going to try and set up with Yawn. Yawn's very good, for getting a swap and setting up. So like, you know what? Let's swap up this. I'll go for the Toxic Spikes instead of swapping out. And let's see what's going to happen. So the Sylveon's going to go for a Substitute. It's like, okay. Fair enough. So it's got Yawn and Substitute. I'm sure it's got some sort of attacking move like a Fairy type move or a normal type move. And I'm sort of curious what they're going to be doing here. Now, what this Meowscarada is going to do is take a nice little nap. So I'm going to keep it in. I was like, you know what? If I lose it, it's fine. Let's see what they're going to be doing here. So Meowscarada is going to be sleeping. It's going to have Hyper Voice. So like, okay, fair enough. It's got Pixelate Hyper Voice. Obviously, I'm not going to live that. That's the end of Meowscarada, which is fine. That's all good. I felt like I still got some good use out of that. I prevented Garchomp from getting Stealth Rocks up, and I set 2 layers of Toxic Spikes up. So not all that bad. I know that I can get around the Sylveon. I'm just going to swap in the right Pokemon. So going into Skeledirge here, I thought this is a good, nice little swap in for Sylveon. What could it possibly do to me? I was like, once again, I'm not going to go into a Terra Fire. I'm going to set a curse up on this Sylveon. It's not going to like having a curse. Now that it's going to go for Baton Pass, and the Baton Pass is actually going to pass the curse along onto the next Pokemon. So I'm like, wow, that's really, really funny. So watch this, right? So out comes the Meowscarada, right? So Meowscarada is going to get a sub, sure, but it's also going to be poison, and it's also going to have a curse passed onto it. So probably not the greatest baton pass there, but they definitely weren't expecting that. You could definitely say that. So now I've got some leftover recovery. Now I can't use its population boom, obviously being a ghost type. So it's going to have to use some other coverage move. I'm guessing it's going to have something like Crunch or Bite or something like that. So it's going to get the curse damage, and now it's going to go for Tidy Up. Now Tidy Up is going to get rid of my Toxic Spikes on the field, which is fair enough there. But at the same time, it's also going to get rid of the Meowscarada Substitute too. So I'm going to be able to land an attacking move on it. Not that I can do a lot of damage here. I've got Flame Charge. I'm just going to go for that. That's my most powerful move on the set because it's very, very bulky, right? We're running that max health, max special defense. So I go for Flame Charge. It does pretty good damage there, I guess, for no attacking EVs whatsoever. And I've given myself a nice little speed boost. So the thing about this set, it's very tanky, and I feel like I can live this attack like whatever it does to me, even if it's a dark type move. So this turn, what I'm going to be doing is going for Slack Off, right? Because I know they're going to attack me. They have to, because they're going to faint the next turn. So regardless whether I faint this turn or not, I'm going to finish off that Meowscarada. So Meowscara's going to go for the Bite there. I leave the Bite easy peasy, and I get the Slack Off there. So this bulky Skeledirge is really, really nice. Like, give it a go. You might be able to play with the set there and tweak it a little bit, but I had some good success with it. It was pretty fun and very bulky too. The opponents really got caught off guard there, especially with Curse, and then you could change yourself into a Terra Fire, and then you wouldn't be affected by it. So it's sort of like 2 different ways of using this set. Next Pokemon, of course, is going to be Garchomp. Of course, they're going to set this Stealth Rock up, but, I'm still feeling pretty good about this matchup there. I'm starting to... nothing they've done is really taking me by surprise, except the Baton Pass. That was really quite funny. So I was like, you know what? I can't do anything to this Garchomp. There's absolutely no point me doing any attacking moves. Let's just go for Curse again. The most I can get out of this set now is going for Curse. Garchomp is going to get hit by Curse twice, which is going to be like more damage than I can possibly do at this stage. I know that it's going to go for Earthquake. Obviously, there's nothing I'm going to swap into there. I don't want to take an Earthquake with any of my other Pokemon. I just want to leave it getting a couple of rounds of Curse. And now I was thinking, well, I could swap in Meowscarada. So Meowscarada is going to be out at speed. I've got Choice Band attached, so Knockoff is going to do a lot of damage too. So let's lock myself into Knockoff and get rid of this Garchomp threat run. So I'm going to get some little bit of Stealth Rock damage here, which is fine. Going into the Protein Dark type, and that's the end of Garchomp there. That really hurts from a Choice Band Meowscarada too. So bye-bye Garchomp. A little bit of rough skin damage there, which obviously didn't really take me by surprise. So there's no sand around, so I didn't think they were going to use a Sound Veil. So for some reason, added a Light Ball. I'm not sure what they were doing with Light Ball. The next Pokemon is going to be Scarlet here. I just went for Knockoff. I was like, when they send it, I was like, they've got to have Focus Sash, right? So that Focus Sash, it wasn't a Focus Band. Wait, we're forgetting that battle. And it's going to have weak armor. That's going to boost its speed and stuff like that. At least it doesn't have, like, weakness policy. That would have been really bad. So it's going to go for close combat. That is the end of Meowscarada, but a pretty good outfit there. I've taken out almost 3 Pokemon. So all I've got to do is tank the next move here. So, like, I don't want to send in... I don't want to send in my other 2 Quaquavals yet. I'm going to go into Skeledirge because I think I can live this. Let's see if I can live this move here. So it's going to go for Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak's going to do very little amount of damage to me. I can easily finish off with the Shadow Ball. So that was a good swap in there. Once again, both of these Skeledirge are very bulky, so I was confident I can live them. So that's 3 Pokemon down now. I was thinking, well, I think that Sylveon may come in. Let's see what it's going to do. And it came back as a, okay, fair enough. I'm going to go for Fire Blast here. So Fire Blast is okay animation. I don't know. I think I like the old one better. It's like more flamey, I guess. Like when it, like the little cross thing is like more flamey. So now Sylveon's going to go for a Yawn here. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to pass on a sub again with Baton Pass. But I was like, you know what? I'm not swapping out. I know what they're going to do. They are burned as well, which is very handy. So let's go for Fire Blast again and really put some pressure on the Sylveon, right? I know that it's got Hyper Voice, but really, truly, what else can it really do to me? So go for Fire Blast. Sylveon just hangs on, which is very, very close. Substitute is going to fail. So they definitely expected me to swap right there. But I know their little game now with Substitute, and they're going to try and set up on some other Pokemon, which I'm not allowing to happen. I'd rather just, you know, fall asleep and faint to this thing. Like, it can't do anything. I've burned it, so the leftovers are going to do hardly anything at all either. So this turn, I'm going to be asleep here. Now, all Sylveon can really do here is just go for Hyper Voice. I'm going to resist that due to my typing, so that's all good. So I can take, like, another 2 more of them, and then I'm going to faint. Unless I get critical hitted, of course, you know. So Sylveon's going to get some more leftovers, but since there is a burn there, that's going to help it. So they can't get, like, another substitute while I'm asleep and stuff like that. I'm going to be asleep this turn as well. Once again, there's no point me swapping out here. I believe I can beat this Sylveon if I wake up, you know. So here comes another Hyper Voice. I'm going to live, like, 1 more, or maybe not 1 more after this. So I can live 2, but not 1 more, which is fine. I need to wake up this turn. I'm either going to wake up the next turn or wake up this turn. It is what it is. I can swap in one of my other Pokemon and perhaps get a Moxie there. This turn, I'm going to wake up, so like, okay, fair enough. I'm not going to get a Moxie, but that's fine. That's the end of Sylveon. So now there's only 2 more Pokemon remaining here, and I've got my 2 Quaquavals left. I know that Skeledirge is going to faint this turn, but man, it's done one heck of a job so far. So like, okay, Mimikyu, another Mimikyu. People were just spamming Mimikyu. I really don't like versing Mimikyu so because of his ability. So Mimikyu is going to go for a Sword Dance, which is cool because, you know, that Disguise is really annoying. So Disguise is now gone, and it's got, I'd say it's got Sword Dance and Shadow Sneak. Let's see what it's going to have. It's going to have Shadow Sneak. If it went for Shadow Claw, I would have been fine there, but it's got Shadow Sneak. So it's got priority. So I can't really choose to go for a Terra Water here. I'm going to have to keep my fighting type, right? So taking some Stealth Rock damage here. I just went for Hydro Pump. Sorry, this is my special set. And Hydro Pump does a good amount of damage. Mimikyu's obviously going to go for Play Rough here. And that's the end of Quaquaval. However, the stage is now set for me to send in my last Pokemon, which is my Moxie Quaquaval. And this is a little bit similar to what I did last match. I swapped it in at the right time. I know what Pokemon's left. There's no barriers in the way like Mimikyu's, Disguise, and stuff like that. So I know that to go for a Desperation Shadow Sneak there against my Quaquaval. I'm just going to go for Aqua Step here, the best water move to use on Quaquaval. That's going to give me a boost in speed, and I'm going to take a little bit of Rocky Helmet damage, but that is the end of the Mimikyu. Now, there's only 1 more Pokemon left. I've got a +1 in speed and a +1 attack. The last Pokemon I got on your team is going to be a Meowscarada. Once again, if I didn't use Aqua Step, I would have got out Speed Air. Ice Spinner is going to finish off, and that, my friends, is the end of all 3 battles. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with some more videos tomorrow. Peace out.